Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video I'll be playing in the Soviet Tier 8 Heavy, the IS-2SH, which, believe it or not, is how Russians have told me it's pronounced. Not IS-2SH, but the IS-2SH. Now, this Tier 8 Soviet Heavy has become quite of a meme, because it's just always been known as a pile of crap. It has no turret armor, its hull armor is pretty abysmal, and, well, it still has the classic characteristics of a Soviet gun, which means you miss 90% of the shots you shoot. When you add all these things together, just, a lot of people would say, why drive this tank when you can drive a K2, an IS-5, an IS-6, a 112-2, a Glacial, and there's really just so many options at this point. However, in the latest update of the game, well, Wargaming cooked. They cooked hard with this tank, and the IS-2 is, well, finally appearing to be a really good vehicle. This is what the armor looks like. Yeah, that is really freaking red. Like, the upper plate of this vehicle is now 322 millimeters thick. And with 7 degrees of gun depression, it means it's over 400 thick. Now, the turret cheeks are still weak spots. They're about 245, but it's a hell of a lot stronger than it used to be on the turret, I can tell you that. All of the turret is way stronger than it used to be. And this tank can actually side scrape. The weakest point when you're side scraping is about 278 millimeters thick. If you're using gun depression, that's over 340 thick. Like, wow, the IS-2SH is finally going to be a good Soviet heavy. One that I'm actually really excited to play in, especially because it has tungsten, super speed boost, and reactive armor, paired with 7 degrees of gun depression and one of the few Soviet guns that doesn't have 8 years of aiming time. It's 4.8 seconds of aiming time. And if you compare that to the IS-5, the IS-6, the 112-2, any of the other heavies that feature this similar 122mm armament, this is actually way better. So, yeah, in just about every single regard, this tank is geared up to be, now, one of the best Tier 8 heavies in the game. I do need to put on enhanced armor, though. Almost forgot. But yeah, I'm actually really, really happy about this. I don't know what Wargaming so freaking long to realize this tank needed buffs, but now that they've actually given it what it deserves, this is kind of huge. In fact, all of the Soviet heavies have received buffs that they've needed for a while now. The IS-5 received a big buff to its frontal protection, which is obviously great, although the hatches are still a weak spot. And that's the same thing for the IS-6. The IS-6 has received a very, very big buff to its overall armor profile, but it still does feature some big downsides as well when it comes to the hatches on the vehicle, which are going to let you down occasionally. So here we are on Mirage, which I'm actually really happy about because this is a brand new map, a brand new old map. So what do we have up against us? Bisante, Keeler, T-77, Forest Witch, that's 4 heavies. That's actually quite a bit. Now, the IS-2SH actually has a lot of really, really good capabilities. It's fast, goes in at 40 kilometers per hour, 7 degrees of gun depression. As I said, one of the more accurate Soviet heavies, and now that it has side-scraping potential, can actually do a lot of things. So, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to push right on up. We have the T-77, which we're going to aim in a gold shell on, and boom! Nice 316 damage shell. Alright, well, let's back up here. And we should be completely fine. We're not really worried about this Bisante. Let's actually put on our tungsten. That's a pretty nasty shell, I have to say. And we back into cover. The Bisante is not really able to do anything to me. Alright, that's pretty chill. Let's just chill here, get into a side scrape, and see if we can pen this player. Can't really pen you with heat anywhere, so a little bit lame, but that's fine. As you can see, like, that Bisante can't do anything to me because of my armor. It's actually pretty impressive. Alright, let's reload here. And let's see if we can get some damage into the silencer, maybe. You know what? We might just be able to shoot this Bisante. There you go. Nice 378. It's pretty good so far. We're up to 1100 damage. We've bled out the enemy just a little bit. And we can move up. Alright, let's see. We got the T-77. We got a lot of strong tanks here. I'm not even on that WZ. We have just enough heat pen. And there you go, to cut right through that tank, which is exactly what I wanted. And I still have support, right? That WZ just got cleared. We have a couple seconds left on our reload, which I'm going to take advantage of. That player just left, so we can actually just back up here. We can aim it on the side of the Forest Witch. There you go. Nice 361. Our team's getting some pretty good bleeds out as well. By the way, we have reactive armor, so, like, in most situations here, I'm, like, completely fine. It's actually kind of wild when you think about it. We have the Forest Witch. We have the Bisante over here, which we are going to aim in on, and there you go. Nice 347. Now we're going to move over to this action. We're going to chill here. And that Forest Witch is going to be a bit of a problem, so we're going to chill right here. Okay, well, we're going to get shot, and I don't want to get shot by both of them, so let's just get a shell into the Kyler. There you go, that's pretty good. Forest Witch is no longer looking at me. And let's hope that our teammate does a decent job of helping me. Alright, let's aim in again. 3, 2, 1. Another nice shot. Oh, really? You're going to focus me. Okay, bro. Even though you have a player aiming in on you, you're going to focus me. What a cringer. That's actually so lame. Okay. Alright, let's aim it on the Kyler again. There you go. Nice 479. I can't realistically back up, but I don't think this player is going to easily be able to pen me. Okay, well, they did. Wow, they actually hatched me, bruh. That's pretty lame. But it's fine. We back up. Oh, no, we don't back up. I just got tracked. Oh, come on. Wow, that's really lame. We were doing pretty good. Oh, man, and our 252 just bounced the flat side. Well, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how good you are at the game. If you get bad RNG, doesn't make a difference. The 252, I actually don't even think that's the 252's fault. He bounced the Forest Witch. It just shows why the Forest Witch is such an overpowered tier 7. However, we should end up winning this battle. We'll take a look at this game in just a moment. Looks like the Leo's AFK. So we will win that game. We'll take a look at the results and how much damage we were able to do. But why not take a look at a replay we also had in the IS-2SH with Cora just a moment ago, so we can see another great example of this vehicle. The 7 degrees of gun depression does give this tank a huge advantage when it comes to really most gameplay, because you're able to work, for example, Mines Hill. And with the additional armor and the fact that you have a pretty good gun with tungsten and everything else, it definitely allows this tank to feel really nice. So we full health Amarak, the enemy Bisante. There goes 1,752 health off that player. It's kind of crazy. Thank you very much. I'll take it. And now we can move up a little bit. We can get into a side scrape just like this. We can use our pretty good heat pen and cut right through that enemy WZ-120. Just like that, 2 shots, 2,000 damage. Hey, we got basically the same alpha as an FP2 and 5B183. Alright, let's reload, and we can aim it on the Skoda T56. There you go, nice tungsten shell right into the side of the Skoda. Puts us up to 2,500 damage now. The fact that this tank has tungsten alone is really unique, and I definitely think makes it one of the best tier 8 heavies. Because look at this, I just shoot the Astron there for 445. Now we're up to 3k damage already. That's crazy. Cora has unfortunately bled quite a bit of their health off in the corner, but that's alright. We're doing our job. We're holding. We're doing everything we need to. We're going to back up here a little bit. We're going to aim it on the Skoda, and we do get penned, but we also hit back in return. You'll notice that the turret is still, having that weak spot right next to the cheek. It's a little unfortunate that it does, but to be fair, if this tank didn't have a weak spot on the turret, it would kind of be insanely broken with the armor it has right now. But yeah, once again, we got penned right through that turret weak spot, as we can see both shells going right into me. But we still have plenty of health. We still have reactive, and we've dealt 3,700 damage at this point. So I'm going to back up here. We're going to aim it on the Skoda. Skoda misses me. Unfortunately, my shell, it's Soviet. It dunks right into the dirt. So let's reload. Let's see if we can move up here a little bit. And that's exactly what I'm going to try and do. Because I have my reactive, I'm not really worried about being pushed at this moment. So we're going to activate our reactive armor, and we're going to keep backing up here. Skoda shoots me, does 280. Lorraine shoots me, does 120. Like, that's just no damage when you think about it. And what we're going to do in return is we're going to load in high explosive. We're going to tungsten HE the Lorraine. Unfortunately, the Lorraine's now going to YOLO in the open, track us, kill our engine. Ooh, we might die. Oh, thank God. Our teammate clears the Lorraine before we do get shot. So we're up to 4,732 damage at this point. I want to shoot the WZ. Aiming. Okay. We shoot just 0.2 seconds after our WZ there. And unfortunately, we're not able to take out that Skoda. It's fine, though. We're up to 4,700 damage. Will we get the shot into this player? Nope. Our WZ gets the clear. But that is an entirely fine result. The IS-2SH did a great job. We got bounces. We worked the ridgeline perfectly. We got an ammo rack. Even without the ammo rack, I still did over 3,000 damage. And it's just such a good example of... Oh, and my game crashed. Great. Well, I guess we'll never know what we did in that game with our IS-2SH. And the crazy part is I'm not even running... I'm not even running mods. Like, this is because the update just came out. I'm literally not running mods for the game. Like, Blitz just crashed on me for no reason there. Uh, well, let's see if we can hop back on game real quick. Either way, the tank feels fantastic, I have to say. It really does. I think Wargaming did a finally good job on giving a vehicle new life that used to really, really suck. And you guys can obviously let me know your personal feelings, comments, and opinions down below. But let's see, do we actually have the results from that game on Mirage? We do. There you go, 3,500 damage. We did end up winning the game. Pretty good battle, right? And how much did we end up blocking that battle? Yeah, 1660. That's pretty good. We would not have won that game in the previous IS-2SH. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.